All right. So we're here today to look at your pool. That's
Yes, yes, we've had it here for 22 years.
What year was it built?
2004, 20 years,
2004.
2004. And we've enjoyed every minute of it.
So what inspired the design of the pool?
Well, actually, and I would highly recommend this if you're ever thinking of building a pool. If you just ask the pool company to design a pool for you, they'll design the easiest square looking pool that they can make, which makes it easier for them. We actually hired a landscape architect, and she came over and looked at our backyard, looked at the hillside, and she had a good vision for what it should be. Because in fact, we were planning on putting the spa over there so that you can walk right out from the back door and go to the spa. But she said that nobody wants to be in the spa while there's people standing around here. So she is the one that recommended putting the spa on this side. Then she also designed all the different levels. We talked to her about some ideas we had with these features here with the palm trees and the rocks. So she came back and gave us a design, which we then went with, and that was the best thing that we did when designing this pool.
What's your favorite feature of the backyard pool area? You would say what's your favorite part?
I would say, for me personally, it's the chlorine generating.
Yeah, I wanted to get into that actually. You wanted to explain how you do your chlorine, because didn't it start out as like a regular pool, then you had to
we told them that we wanted a saline pool from the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
We'd had a lot of experience with pools in Palm Springs, obviously, so I kind of knew all the effort that was involved in maintaining the chlorine and doing all the maintenance on the pool. And back then in 2004, the salt pools were just, there weren't a lot of people doing salt pools. But I remember that our pool guy in Palm Springs said, yeah, that's definitely the way you should do it, is go with chlorine generator. So
Chlorine generator?
Chlorine generator.
Can you show me what it looks like?
Sure. All right, this is all our pool equipment. Pumps and heater and filter, spa equipment, automatic valves. But this here is the chlorine generator. And all it does is you put a certain amount of salt in the pool. It's like 3,400 parts per million. And you just maintain it at that level. You don't really, once you get it to that level, you never really have to put salt in it unless you get a lot of rainfall. But in any event, all it does is takes the salt, goes through there's these cells inside of here, electric plates. And as the salt goes through the plates, it separates it into sodium and chloride. Just basic chemical electrolysis. And then sends it back out into the pool as chlorine. So you never have to add chlorine.
When they say saline, you're saying salt?
Salt.
Conversion?
Salt conversion, yeah. It converts the salt into sodium and chloride. And then it goes this way, and it goes directly into the pool as chlorine. So you never have to add chlorine liquid or tablets.
You don't have to check the little.
Yeah. All you have to do is there's two things you need to be aware of. This is like the chlorine generating control panel, and you can't really see anything because it's off. I mean, I could turn it on if you want.
No, that's it's just called Aquarite.
Yeah, it's called Aquarite. And actually, I should turn it on.
Yeah?
Yeah, hold on. So you have to turn the filter pump on, and it takes a second. It has to make sure that the water is flowing. It won't turn on unless the water is flowing through the pipes. So that's why you see that little red light there where it says no flow.
I see.
There's no, it hasn't built up the flow. There's actually this is like a little switch right there that as the water flows over it, it closes the switch, and that's how this thing knows that the water is flowing. But it usually takes a few seconds to activate. Okay, so now you can see that it's activating. It's generating. It has the generating. This is the parts per million of salt that's in the pool right now. So the range is like from 2,700 to 2,800, 3,400. So it's working fine right now. Uh, this little dial tells you how long it generates chlorine. And right now I have it at like 60% of the time. So in an hour, it's going to be on a little more than half an hour each hour. Because in the wintertime, no one's actually using the pool, and the chlorine doesn't get used up. So you don't want the chlorine to get too high. So that is the best equipment you can get for pools.
I know you were saying that you've gotten rid of your pool. You are your pool.
Because I do everything. I do everything. I check the chlorine. I check the filter. The only other thing you have to really be concerned with is the pressure on the filter. This is a filter cartridges. There's 4 cartridges in there. When it gets dirty, the pressure will go up.
Okay.
That little
The red one?
the red is like the limit.
Like if it goes past that,
If it goes past that just tells you need to clean it.
okay.
So I cleaned it yesterday. So that's why it's low. It's kind of low right now, which is good. We had a lot of ash from the fires, and it really caused a mess.
Clogged up the filter.
Clogged up the filter. Let me go turn the pump off again. I don't know why it came back on. All right, turned it off. And this is the pool testing equipment. I don't really test it that often.
Oh yeah, this is the stuff that you see the pool people using.
Yeah. You know, I have so much experience now with this particular pool that I can kind of tell by looking at it if it's okay or not. You know, I don't see it cloudy. Well, it's a little cloudy because of the dust, but I don't see it cloudy. And the main thing is I don't see any algae growing. You can really see the algae, the yellow algae. If it starts growing, you can. Yeah, this is the spot where the algae grows the most, in the deep end, and it's shady.
Oh, it's shady. Okay.
So normally, if there's ever any algae in the pool, I'll see it growing right here. And typically, you know, if it's not the middle of the summer, all I have to do is use the brush and brush it off. If it is like the middle of the summer, and we've had people using a pool constantly for days, then I shock the pool, which is a heavy dose of granular chlorine, which, you know, because the pool, no matter how much chlorine you have, it's going to get overwhelmed if you got a lot of people in the pool.
Tell me about the cleaner thing, the little vacuum.
Oh, the sweeper, the Hayward Navigator. That's important too. If you're considering putting in a pool, I think, I think all the pool companies do it now. You have a separate suction line right here, just for the pool skimmer. And you know, there's different ones that you can get. There's ones that are like flappy ones and stuff, but this one has worked great for a number of years. And like everything else, I can tell if there's a problem with the pool cleaner. And
you've had multiple ones of those over the years, right?
I've only had two, actually.
You had two, really? Oh, wow.
But I've rebuilt this one probably 10 times. I mean, I know I could totally rebuild this particular model down to it. I can take every last piece off of it and rebuild it. And I usually know if it's not turning properly. I know what the problem is. I've got it all. I got it all figured out. But yeah, that thing's important because, as you can see, there's some leaves on the bottom of the pool right now. And rather than go through with a vacuum or a basket to clean those up, this thing will clean everything up. So
going back to when they built the pool, how long did it take for them to build the pool? How long did the process take?
Well, I think they started in April, and we were done in September. But like any construction project, it's going to take twice as long as you think it's going to take.
So how long was that? Sorry.
From April to September.
Oh, that's not bad. Really? 6 months?
It was like 6 months. But they told us, oh, don't worry, you'll be swimming in this pool by summer.
Oh, really?
when we hired the pool contractor.
Oh, okay. What was your pool contractor? What was the name?
It was PV Pools.
You think they're still around?
Yeah, they're still around.
Oh, okay.
They're a big company. I mean, they did a good job. I'm not going to complain about the job that they did. It just took them forever.
And yeah, the concrete work, I remember that being a really big deal that day they came into the concrete. That was half the work, I felt like.
Yeah, actually, the cost of the hardscape, all this, all that you see on the deck. And the coping here, you know, they cut this coping by hand off of these flagstones. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, putting all the drains in.
All the drains, you know. And luckily for us, I mean, they did all this stuff without us really, I mean, knowing about drains, about the electrical outlets that they put over there.
They like knew.
I mean, the contractors know what needs to be done.
That's kind of nice. You didn't have to like micromanage like the thing. They already have like a.
And then since the yard was torn up, I had them run a natural gas line to my barbecue here.
So was the island part of the original design, or was it part of something that you wanted, or like?
No, it was part of the original design.
And that was the same stonework that we're talking about?
This is the same flagstones that you see on the coping. And if we come around to this side, well, there you can see how the gas runs from our natural gas line. It runs right off our natural gas. But the best thing that we did was leave room for this nice little refrigerator here.
Magical beer fridge.
The magical beer fridge.
This is magic, man.
You definitely want that out here, you know. And I guess if we had to do it over, maybe we put like a bar area out here, like an actual bar.
We have that other one over there. It's kind of janky.
It's kind of janky.
But yeah, I can see that. Like if it was a built-in counter bar, like like I've seen those. Like there's like a shorter counter and then a taller counter. Type thing. Those are pretty
cool. Where maybe you could store beverages.
That'd be cool.
To drink out there, but that's okay. We do fine.
Yeah.
We do fine without it.
So let's see. What is your favorite memory in the backyard? What do you think your favorite memory was hanging out back here?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it was the craziest memory, and it's kind of appropriate for this time of for when we're filming this. It was the middle of the summer, and we were having a party here in the backyard, and a brush fire started in that direction of Portuguese Bend area. And so all of a sudden, it became a little tense. And then you happened to be wrestling at the time, and you unfortunately broke your arm, and your mother had to go to the hospital. She actually had to get through the roadblock. They had set up a roadblock. We ended up on the deck up there trying to figure out where the fire was and if we needed to evacuate or not. So it was kind of a hectic, memorable day. Everything obviously turned out fine. They put the fire out. You got a cast on your arm. You came back, and
yeah, it was a pretty wild day.
It was a wild day. It was like in the middle of summer, if I recall.
It's like everything was happening all at once.
It was like the earth just went, like nuts.
I can imagine that's what people are doing right now with all these Palisades fire and everything. That's probably what their lives are like.
Yeah, I feel really bad for that.
Dust.
See, this dust is from the fires. So that was a memorable day. It wasn't the funnest day. Oh, and the other thing,
this is the newest addition.
This is the newest addition to the backyard. Is this?
We drilled that hole, right?
We drilled that hole.
put in
and put this umbrella in to cover the bar area here, whatever you want to call it.
So what do you call the backyard? What is the name? Does it have a name? It used to have a name.
Shangri-La.
I thought it used to be called Paisano West.
Oh, Pisano West. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Pisano West. As opposed to Pisano East, where my brother lives.
Show me the controls.
This was another thing that I wasn't even aware of that we were going to get when we got the pool. Because I was used to manually going out there and switching the valves around to turn the spas on.
So they wasn't suggesting.
Yeah, well, they just put it in.
Just like, do it.
We had no idea what was.
Well, it's good to have a contractor that does that.
But what we were going on, but there you can see all the different features that you can control from this.
Oh, that's cool.
From this control panel. Of course, now
this is old.
If we were to build this pool now, everything is done through the internet. So you would have you can. You can actually retrofit what we have or upgrade what we have so that you can do all this obviously through an app. And you can even do it obviously remotely. So if you're on your way home and you want to go in the spa, you want the spa to warm up before you get here, you can plug it in on the app and start the pool running. So
that could be another thing to break though.
It shouldn't be. Well, this thing broke.
That thing did break, but after 20 years.
Yeah, after about 20 years. So yeah, this is very convenient. And then there's another set of controls inside the spa there.
Yeah, I want to look at that. Look at the spa actually. That's the controls.
Yeah, this is like a 10-person spa, and there's controls there to turn on the spa pumps. So when you're in the spa, you can turn on the pump and the bubbles and the light if you wish. You can also, it's kind of messy, but you can turn on the waterfall that we have here, and water will flow into the
10-person
spa. Yeah, it's 10 persons.
Pretty big.
10 persons.
How long does it take to heat up?
Well, it depends on how cold the water is. During the winter, it takes about 45 minutes. The summertime, it's less than half an hour.
Okay. Any last thought in the backyard?
Well, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it still.
I know, it's been a good investment.
It's been, a lot of people talk about whether or not pools are a good investment in your backyard. I really don't care whether it raises the value of my house or not. It's just a fun place to congregate.
Yeah.
During the summer, especially, and it's nice. Kids love it.
It's like an activity in itself already.
Yeah. So we have no regrets at all putting this pool in.
Yeah, putting in a pool, that seems like a big
and I think there's a generation of small kids that would agree with us
that the
pool is great. So we're keeping it. We're not getting rid of it.
Okay, good.
It's here to stay.
Nice. Right on. Give me a
All right. All right. Well, thank you for enjoying my pool. If you have any questions, ask this guy.